Jonacha Ward, and this is my story. The part of my story I want to share is a little over 8 years ago, I found myself having to leave a very abusive, difficult marriage, and I had a 2-year-old little boy and was about to give birth to my second son. I had many doubts and many fears of how this was going to work and how I was going to handle all that I was about to face. One of the biggest was financially. I had no idea how my full-time salary that did provide for one child and to pay off back debt that led me into bankruptcy and that I was having to pay back, now was going to be enough for a second child. I would literally wake up in the middle of the night crying, just praying for God to make sure that this was a healthy baby, because I didn't know how else I could handle anything more. I had no clue of how I was going to be able to provide even health insurance for our family now. It was going to go up, the cost of that was going to go up over $300, and that was something that I just really did not know how I was going to face. The day before I had Cameron, I got a call from my employer saying that they were going to cover my health insurance while I was out on maternity leave. And that alone brought me to tears, because I didn't have enough time to have a full maternity leave, and I was actually going to go back owing them money just to keep my health insurance current. I had no idea that was just the beginning of what God was going to provide for us. I finished out my maternity leave, and God provided in so many different ways through that time. Went back to work and was told that they had not been paying me enough. In my salary, I got a very unexpected, very substantial raise. Again, that was one more answered prayer that I had no idea was coming. A few months later, I went to my employer, told them, I could tell by my paycheck that I wasn't getting charged my full amount for health insurance, and that I told him to go ahead and start, deducting the full amount. At that time, he looked at me and just said, "Nope, don't worry about it. We've got it covered," and never mentioned it again. I can't even tell you what a huge blessing that was. That was over $300 a month that was given to us. That helped me be able to pay off all my past debt. It helped me be able to get out of bankruptcy. It helped me provide for my 2 boys. They were now 4 years old and 2 years old, and we had been living in an apartment for about 2 years. I was praying then for a house. I wanted to be able to rent a house so that they could have a backyard to play in. God completely, I knew for a fact, gave us the house that I prayed for. And again, the little backyard that I was praying for them to have a yard to play in, I had no idea it was going to be even a bigger answered prayer. That same backyard was the exact spot and the exact location where I met my future husband. So God answered even more prayers than I ever began to even ask. He took 2 broken families and mended them together and made one very big family. God was with me every step of the way, and so many more examples that I could give, but those were the ones that I was doing all I could do, and it wasn't going to be enough, and God made up and did all that I couldn't do. I'm Jonacha Ward, and this is my story.
This is my song.